Welcome back to A Way Out. So yeah, the cops are after us, so we'll have to save the Leo's backstory for later.
Aww.
I can't wait for the spin-off for this game, A Way Out of Compton. It's
So,
a
you used
video
to work in
game
the bank,
retelling
huh?
of the Straight Outta
Figures.
Compton film.
What are you implying?
Totally.
Well, how should I put it? You're kind of uptight. I'd rather be uptight
Kinda.
than a loose cannon. Thanks for the compliment. You're welcome.
Again, the Pedro Dwibs
You know what?
dynamic is
What?
on
You're
full
actually
display
the first
here.
guy who worked in a bank
Yeah.
that I've talked to without a gun in my hand. Would you look at that?
Just pretend that. Well, I was originally thinking of maybe doing an online playthrough of
You mentioned that already.
me and Dwibs.
See that
I did.
house?
Okay,
Let's
but
check it
then
Yeah,
I,
about
but,
how you were originally going to do an online one, but then you decided to do it with your brother for two reasons. One, how the online stuff may not always be that reliable, and
Listen,
two,
help
how
me
you
out
thought it might be better to just, do it with your brother.
to be
For
fair,
the
that was
sake of
before
communication.
I tried the online with Dwibs though, because the online is really stable from what me and Dwibs have tried.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then again, for a game like this, it would absolutely need to be.
Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
there's someone in
we
the
found
house.
ourselves a farm.
The fugitives are still at large and
We're
considered
calling it right now. This
Oh,
old couple of-
convenient. Just like in any action movie, we just turn on the channel that's conveniently telling the exact news that we're supposed to listen.
Okay, it's an old house out in the middle of nowhere. These two are so totally... These two are so totally axe murderers, aren't they?
Crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember this part. Hey Pedro, remember when I was being an absolute dick and messing around with all their possessions?
Well, Dwibs, the game kind of invites you to do that anyway. So
You're like a
Yeah.
cat.
See that barn?
anyway, yeah. So now once again another big decision. Leo wants to take them out, not their lives. Just tie them up, all that stuff, and then steal the stuff that they need.
Hey, hey, Pedro.
Leo would rather release the horses to make them go away on their own.
Hey Pedro,
Wait,
do you
it sounds like Leo's
Okay,
the
then.
more pacifist one in
Front
this
door should
case.
be on the other side.
Not
hey,
really,
Pedro.
Jova. So Leo
Secondly.
Leo wants to
Hold on.
actually tie them down and shit.
Wait, Pedro, you just said Leo would rather release the horses, unless you misspoke there.
No, Vincent is the one who wants to release the horses. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, I was just gonna say, Pedro,
Well-
are you going to turn up the volume on all their devices so that no one can hear them screaming, "Let us out! Let us out!"
Can't go
No.
any closer than this.
What? But everyone's gonna come in. Everyone's gonna hear them.
Don't
Well-
think they'd be a bit suspicious at the raised volume as well.
Yeah.
No. What if people think that they're deaf and need the volume up really loud?
This is literally a house in the middle of nowhere. It's a setting of cowards, the cowardly dog. I don't think anyone will hear them.
It's one of those places.
But
where
crazy
the
stuff happens in a way. It's up to
This shouldn't
True.
happen to a dog.
Also, to be fair to you, just because it's out in the middle of nowhere doesn't mean that there might not be somebody who just stumbles around. Like, heck, we came here by
So yeah, the
chance.
basic gist of it is, while I distract the couple, Leo will take them out from behind.
I wonder, what happens if you release the horses? Like, I mean, I know
Don't
that the
worry, we'll
outcome
see
is
it in the
same.
extras part.
Get back! Who the hell are you? Honey, stay back and call the cops.
She teleported into position.
Get your hands off her!
Roar.
Damn criminal!
Damn criminal.
You're gonna
There
pay
you go.
for this.
Careful, honey.
Just calm down. You're gonna be fine.
They can't get away with this. Look at us.
We're not gonna hurt you, I promise. We'll be out of here in no time.
Damn criminals.
And then they
That's
forgot
the
about
only
them.
retort I have towards them.
And then
Well,
they
yeah,
forgot.
this is,
Alright.
like as I mentioned,
Let's
this is
find
a
some
house in the
clothes.
middle of nowhere. Maybe
Yeah.
they will actually
Let's
not
not trap them in
receive
the other barn.
help in days, and will
And
probably
then-
start
Good idea.
They're gonna starve to death.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
that's it. And
don't
then
worry,
as
they
left,
don't worry, they
forgot they
survive.
were in. They forgot they were in there, and the old couple starved to death.
They
Remember,
survived this.
Teo, you're forgetting. Teo,
Supposed to be one of
not just that, Teo, but Teo, remember, you seem to keep forgetting that we're the bad guys.
Hey, Vincent, let's change clothes.
I don't know. We're kind of like the bad guys in the middle. Also, nice, Leo. Let's add vandalism to our charges, why don't we?
At this point, Jova, would it really make any difference?
Well, maybe if you might have some super secret and complicated plan to somehow come out of this looking innocent, it's gonna make it tougher.
So yeah, in this part, both players are allowed to just fuck around and just try all different things in the house.
Yes, we locked you in your cupboard purely so we
never
could
really
like
been
fuck
that
around with
bad.
your stuff.
I gotta wonder, do like the two characters react differently to items that you can
Oh,
interact
Yes.
now
with?
it looks like now Vincent looks like that cop in Detroit Become Human.
Yes, they do,
Yep.
Jova.
Honestly, Tio, from the beginning, Vincent looked like that cop from the start of Beyond Two Souls, which
Come
I'm pretty
on,
sure is the
are you
same guy.
The actor who played Lucas in
No,
Indigo
no.
Prophecy.
David Gasman was not involved in this game.
No, you say
No, we're just saying he looks like him.
Yeah.
Also, it's weird how David Gasman really changed his looks, unless he was just doing voice acting,
No,
and
he
not
doesn't.
actual.
No. For Fahrenheit, he was only doing voice acting. It was it was for Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and now Detroit that he did actual mocap, which is why his characters in those games look like him.
Okay.
Although it's weird, didn't he
Let's
also
get it
play
right.
that
My eyes are
attendant at
starting
that
to look
psychiatric
puffy.
ward you mentioned?
In Beyond Two Souls, yes, he did the voice for that
Yeah.
one as
I
well.
always wanted to learn.
It's weird though. He looked different, whereas with the cop at the start of Beyond Two Souls, that actually looked like him facially.
He's basically the John Ratzenberger of Quantic Dream.
So for the cop, he did motion capture, but for the attendant, he just did voice acting. I guess it makes sense. If he's a good enough voice actor, might as well use him
Oh
to
come
all
on!
his
He
strengths.
doesn't fit enough the painting.
I tried cleaning it. It's just that he ran it
Yeah,
again.
it's like the Mr. Bean movie when it becomes worse, and when he's forced to sketch it. Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
Well, what did you expect?
Good job,
I
Vincent.
wish I had this. Do they have anything interesting? What kind of shit do they read?
Probably nothing interesting.
All right, what else? Oh, a gun.
Rifle.
These were actually used in wars.
It's a Winchester, I think.
Let's try it.
I knew it. It's
Nah,
only
it's only
Well,
decorative.
yeah, makes sense. It's like the family heritage.
Welcome to the Way Out Rhythm game.
Huh. So
But I
there's
thought
actually...
Activision was the one who had Guitar Hero.
Welcome to Dance Dance Way Out.
Wow. So they even actually put more effort into recreational mini games than David Cage could. Because
Yeah,
if this
you
were
know what's
Beyond Two
interesting,
Souls-
Jova? You know what's interesting, Jova? Detroit also has a piano mini game,
And
and
it apparently sucks.
and it
Let me
sucks.
guess. All you do is just press this button or that.
Trust me, I played it.
all you do is mash the touchpad. That's it.
You don't even have to mash it in like a sequence. You just mash it.
Goodness.
Anyway, yeah. Basically, if you have Vincent play the piano and Leo play the banjo, this cutscene triggers.
Okay.
Hey, does this remind you of anything? Two escaped convicts on the escape from the law, but out to wrong some rights. We are the Red Brothers.
Totally.
Oh, you're good.
Welcome to one of the more tolerable pieces of country music.
Although, yeah, I'll be quite honest, this does definitely give me some Blues Brothers vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get a Way Out 2000 with
No, please. Thank you.
with one of them being replaced by John Goodman and
You know,
Everyone
I'll
else
be...
looking depressed.
I'll be quite honest. John Goodman was not a bad replacement. I mean, for the
He
fact
was
that John...
just in the worst place at the worst time.
That and the script was utter...
And there you go.
Oh,
If you trigger that cutscene, you get the In Sync trophy.
That's nice.
well, John Goodman's a great actor. It's just
Well,
All
not
the
to sad
time is
twibs.
miscast.
Not to sad twibs. John Goodman had done skits with the Blues Brothers. Like, that was one of the main reasons why he
Ooh,
was in
cookies.
as a replacement. Because like,
You
well,
literally reduced to steal cookies from the cookie jar.
well, it depends. You're not truly evil until you steal 40 cakes.
Yes,
Let's
and
not-
that's
that's
terrible.
terrible.
But yeah, seriously speaking, about the Blues Brothers, they were
Oh,
actually
there
a
you go.
comedy
There you
skit.
go. This time
calling.
I'm the one doing it.
I love doing this prank calling.
Hello? Vincent, is that you?
There you go. Vincent actually called his wife just to make sure she's fine, but he didn't actually answer.
No. Keep calling and order a pizza.
That's that it's only Leo that does that, Dwebs, not Vincent. But by all means, Dwebs, tell us what happened when you tried doing that call with Leo.
Alright, basically, I made a joke to Pedro before I started calling them, and said, "Oh, I'm going to order a pizza," And then sure enough, when I rang them, it was a pizza joint.
Yeah. Which Dwebs is incredibly, completely in sync with Leo.
Oh no, we're pulling a sensei where we're supposed to be doing something urgent, yet we're sitting around watching TV.
You don't have to do all of
sense
this.
of urgency on Sense?
You don't have to do all of this. You can just move on if you want.
Yeah, basically, Joe, there's a scene in Sense 8 where there's two robbers trying to open a safe, but one of them just randomly gives up and decides to start watching a talent show on TV, wasting valuable time.
It's kind of like how in Preference or F. Harley and Tiara suddenly decide to stop fighting the monsters because they're repulsive or some shit.
No, it was just... Could you imagine if they just stopped because they were bored?
So yeah, like it says on the top left corner of both screens, what you're supposed to actually do is change clothes and get to the truck. So let me do that.
Shame you can't choose the clothes, but...
How many cookies does that jar have?
Wow.
Infinite.
Wow, Vincent must have gone to Sky High School Superheroes and how to change quickly.
What's over here?
It's a bottomless cookie jar.
That jar.
Wait,
that
hang on.
cookies.
That jingle just then sounded like the old BBC One theme.
How many cookies are in that jar?
He eats cookies at the same speed I do.
Let's help them with the dishes.
Chewie, you don't savor them or dip them.
There you go.
in
Since I'm the good,
He's actually very concerned.
someone has to be the you know the voice of reason in here. So
So
okay.
he's gonna wash the dishes, and
Yes.
shame I can't just smash all of them.
No. My so
It's
yeah.
like, we're gonna lock you in the cupboard, but we'll clean your house for you. Is that a fair trade?
Depends. Clean the entire house, maybe.
Oh, you know he's gonna cook and eat their dinner. No. Leave the oven on, and then it'll explode, and they'll get rid of all the evidence that you were over there.
No beer?
Jesus, that's brutal.
Nah, no beer.
Hey, at least they'll get rid of the
This
evidence.
beer must have been open for a long time. This fucking war, man.
Have I forgotten what year was this set in?
The
I think the
70s.
70s, yeah.
The 70s.
Oh,
Alright,
goody,
so-
Cold War.
Well, I think they were also just barely coming out of the Vietnam War too.
Well, the Vietnam War was, part of the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, Vietnam War. That did not go so well.
Nope.
I guess from what I
War
understand,
generally
it was,
doesn't go very well.
from what I
War never
understand,
changes.
it's on the United States whoops lists.
It was like the first war in a while that we kind of got our butts kicked.
That's why I said the
Badly.
biggest one of the list of whoops.
Yeah, basically, we were trying to cover for South Vietnam, but did not get the most
Underestimated the guerrilla
preparation.
tactics of
That-
the Viet Congs.
That said, though, joke was on North Vietnam's. That said, though, the joke was on North Vietnam because not too late afterwards, eventually, the side that they were under, the Soviet Union, would eventually collapse, and thus, essentially, their victory of the Vietnam War was
Oh, good,
considered
even
a
the
consolation
exchange
prize at best.
All right, I'll wait out here.
They have a
And Stanley
walk-in-
Kubrick will later go on to make a movie about it. Sort
And
of.
several video games, including Right to Hell Retribution.
Oh, I know. Actually,
Oh, that's
it wasn't-
nice.
the film wasn't really. The Full Metal Jacket wasn't really about the war itself as much as it was the people in the war.
Leo, with
Basically,
that
whoa, hello.
attire, minus the hat, Leo reminds me a bit of the sniper of Team Fortress 2.
Maybe give him a hat and some huge shades, elongate his face a bit, give him a bigger nose, and yeah.
Oh, he has already
Completely
that
remodel
big
him.
nose. Well, I don't know. I think there is.
All right, so let's.
But we fucked around.
Now
enough,
we
I
need to
guess.
find the truck.
All right, this is the point where I don't know what's gonna happen anymore in the game. Because
when
Clips
me and
Pedro
Pedro
arrived, online at this point, basically.
We're
When
going.
me and Pedro
Sorry.
got to this bit, I did help for the most part, but also I just kind of left Pedro behind as I did all this
Did you guys
stuff.
play the full game?
Yeah, I have.
We played some of it. I had to delete a way out from my PS4 for room. Although hopefully I'll be able to get a external hard drive for it soon.
Anyway, yeah, basically, you can, as you can see, a lot of time whenever you're in some kind of big area in a way out, the area is usually filled with mini games. In this case, like the music one we did earlier, and of course now with you can also try throwing horseshoes at that thing. See how many? There you go.
I rock.
Let's see, where could that truck be?
Boom!
Maybe it's in the big barn?
Mostly. Well, actually, Jova, in the barn there are the horses that were part of that other choice that we didn't do.
You never know. Some farms like to, multitask.
Chickens. Let's see.
Yeah, let's set the animal free. Might as well.
Let's see if they have any eggs.
Shit. Hey there. Stupid cat.
Oh.
Whatever.
Poor cat. Aww, you just want a hug.
All right, let's see.
I don't know. That's not a good noise.
Guess not.
What about you? Okay.
Guess not.
No, that's a tractor, Leo, not a truck.
A gas canister. How handy.
We got the gas, but we still don't have the truck.
Okay, so basically none of these chickens like me.
Oh,
Okay.
we found it. Well, I found the tractor. Sorry.
Come on. Jeez. Fine.
Well, might as well look into the source. No. Oh.
No. Fine.
Vincent, come over here and help me out.
Oh. Okay. There you go. I guess.
He's
There,
having fun playing with the animals.
there you go. My brother found the place, so gotta get there.
Vincent, with your super hearing, please come over here. Like, dang, you didn't even have to yell for him.
Remember, the two players are supposed to cooperate even with outside of the game.
I know, but it's just funny how
It's just
Vincent said it
in-universe
in a
already,
regular
They've
voice.
been friends for long enough that they've gained a sort of telepathy.
Well,
Yes.
Wonder Friends hours. Activate.
there you go.
There we go.
We're still trapped in here, you
My God,
assholes!
it's a piece of junk.
Hmm.
It's not that bad. What do you mean?
Well, we
it's not
already
that
have a
bad?
tank of gas at least.
Hey,
Yeah, but
it's even missing wheel.
the car needs a bit of
geez.
repair.
How-
Spare around here somewhere.
How do these
I
people
don't know,
even...
man.
Oh, maybe they were in the
It's not
middle
like
of
we have a
repairing it.
choice. Sure be
Apparently,
starting on
yeah.
foot. Let's fix it up and we'll be out of here in no time.
So we need the wheel
All
at
right,
least.
fine.
You know, could you if they made a live action movie out of this, who could you see playing these two?
The same actors. I mean,
use
after
this
all,
to
remember
find
the
a new
actors
tire.
who made the mocap have actually some film resume in their films in their resume. That's the
like the
thing.
battery is on
They're foreigners,
Need a new
though, so
tire.
that's why
Let's
they're
look
not
around
that
and see
famous
what
in
we can
America.
find. Must be something around here we can use to lift the car. Looks like the battery
And knowing that Joseph has some film experience himself, I guess I
Yeah.
could see him having some good input.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be the first guy to have been involved with. He'll even be the main guy in charge of the video game the film was based on, and actually being able to do a good job of it.
Okay, so let's look for that tire.
Prior to this, we've had Chris Roberts with the
there's a
Wing
tire on
Commander
the other
film
side of the bar.
and Sakaguchi with the Final Fantasy movie.
Also, the guy who invented Prince of Persia.
Well, he was only the story
All right,
writer.
the tank is
Well,
full. What's
still.
next?
Well, that's the
Anyway,
thing,
wait,
Tio.
what does the contraption do in helping you, Pedro? One that Vincent was operating.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Plus remember, Tio.
Oh, you need to pull it up. Okay, I get it.
It was directed by the guy who made Harry Potter 4, aka the guy who has no idea what pacing is.
let me put it
And
like
the
this.
things Dumbledore shouts every 5 seconds.
There you go, to see that's what it's all about. One of them needs to
Oh,
operate
okay.
the thingy.
So basically,
So one needs to be hanged, and the other needs to make the other across. Okay.
Honestly, I'm surprised Ben Kingsley wasn't yelling in that film every 10 seconds.
yeah. Basically, Tio, here's the deal. Yes, a story writer does hold a lot of weight for a movie, but more often than not, there's a reason why director is often the most widely recognized position, seeing as how director is essentially the guy in charge, unless you have some special cases where, the producer is the one calling the shots. But more often than not, the director is the one driving the bus. So let me put it like this. A director can actually call for edits in a script every now and then. Like, that's how much power a director wields.
Plus, it's from Disney's live action division, aka the guys who, well, more often than when they're not making a remake of their own films, they must be run by morons since most of their live action films keep bombing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see.
Most recently being A Wrinkle in Time.
So, do they have a name for their live-action Disney studios?
Flops.
No, that's not the question, but yeah.
But
That's all it should be at this point.
There you
it's like
go.
Pirates of the Caribbean is not a part of
So,
that brand.
you
It's
have
made more like by the.
So you have the tire and the gas. Is everything that you need for the truck?
Almost. But for now, let's try and put the tire back.
Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't fit in that category because it's done by a certain other company that, it's still...
but
Jerry Bruckheimer, yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry
and
Bruckheimer.
and Buena Vista, partially.
No, Buena Vista is Disney, there's just a different name for it.
Alright, first things first, let's fasten the tire.
Buena Vista. I mean, Buena Vista, they did some good ones. Heck, I especially still do like Dinosaur. It's a flawed movie, but it was a movie that had good ideas, and its animation style was actually rather unique. Combining live action.
Alright, you need to remove the log.
I can imagine Pedro being quite tired after all this.
What? Oh, you mean all the truck work?
Not
Get
real-
tired.
Oh.
Well, who else was good? If I wasn't gonna make that joke, Shiroy would probably.
I guess.
And she's not even here to defend herself, so she can't
And
object.
now welcome to the
I didn't
beginning
even
of
hear that.
Welcome to the beginning of Final Fantasy 15, I guess.
Yeah, basically, Shiroy, I made a tired joke, and I said, well, if I wasn't gonna make it, you
Prompto,
probably
shut up and Prompto, shut up
what-
and push.
Yeah, what was that line of Gladio? Not exactly a fairy tale beginning.
Not exactly a fairy tale start, right, Prince Noctis?
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
Well, whoopsie daisy.
Whatever.
oh, well, as long as it doesn't explode.
Okay, so
Hey, this
This
didn't
is not a
crash.
Steven Seagal movie. Come
let's
on.
try and get that engine running.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's see. They still consider this old, and this truck may be from before the 70s. Thankfully, though, it should not be in the
So
time when you
sturdy
need to
enough,
use a
huh?
crank.
Okay, not gonna work. We need to.
Is there any fuel in? Have you refueled it?
I have. My brother did
Looks
specifically.
like the battery's out.
Yeah, with the gas tank.
So
Right.
it needs
Batteries out of
to
fuel.
jumpstart the battery.
Exactly.
Oh.
Very good, Dibs.
Now we
So
just
let's
need an actual
see.
electric
Well, I know-
source to
I
hook
know-
it up
I
to.
know-
And
how
there
conven-
we
how
go.
How
Played
convenient.
this game with you,
Leo,
remember?
try starting the car now.
Okay, here we go.
And
Try now.
There you go.
And then he gets electrocuted.
Oh shit.
Of course.
Despite what movies like Are We There Yet may have told you, Dwibs,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
told
how
you
it's
so.
supposed to work when charging a car.
Sometimes.
I haven't even seen Are We There yet.
Faith, huh? Well, I
You'll
was
see it
down.
eventually. Whether or not you like it
Oh, there you
is
go.
what completes this.
They actually managed to untie themselves and push away the library, I guess.
It was a
Wow,
and they
jeez.
escaped.
We
Holy
need your help
cow.
now, officer. Okay, hurry up, please.
But they did our dishes. That's
Thank you.
nice of them.
Are the
They
police
also
on their
stole
way
all
yet?
your
Yes, they'll be
cookies.
here any minute.
Okay. I'll
That's
go
I
take
don't
care
know,
of them.
Theo. There's probably still loads of
It's all
cookies
right.
left in that
Just wait
bottomless
here.
jar.
I'll be fine. Filthy scum!
Oh, and he's got a gun.
shit!
Oh,
Take
shit.
cover. You're gonna pay for this.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You got it. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Alright.
Come on. Go, 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 go.
Jesus, talk about that guy. He's practically a hand cannon.
Damn it!
He seems to be an enthusiast for that kind of stuff.
Well, he's probably, I forgot which state he's in, but he's probably one of the southern, so yeah, god enthusiast. Must be on the range.
To be fair, around this time, you kind of needed a gun to defend your farm animals from stupid
Well, yeah, I
teenagers
guess.
and also
yeah, speaking
predators.
of which, there was no guarding dog in all of his fucking farm. What kind of
Yeah.
shitty farmers
where
are
was
these?
Where was the doggo?
Old
Yeah,
school
the
cat.
farmers who have faith in mankind, I guess.
Totally, but not well. You don't need to have faith in mankind, but in the fucking wolves.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, that's why you often have that stuff to protect against the natural predators as well.
Alright,
Oh, chase sequence.
so yeah, now we have a chase sequence. Vincent drives while Leo tries to keep him at bay with that gun he got.
Just sit down, Leo. You're gonna fall off.
Alright, here we go.
All right, here we go.
You can also use the horn. Huh?
Here they
Oh,
go.
wow.
Hold on
So,
back.
Pedro, this driving sequence, does this actually, respond like a driving sequence?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I know, Psycho, for a moment there, you actually weren't automated. You weren't automated in moving. So I'm wondering, say, you didn't break out of the fence sooner. Would the cop cars have actually caught up to you, driven past, or
Oh
do they only show up
no,
as
it's
soon as you
scripted.
break through the
No,
fence?
the cops always get to you in this specific time.
Okay, fair enough. But,
so aggressive.
during this sequence, though, can the cops actually catch up to you if you don't constantly press accelerate?
Yes.
Oh, so that's another thing this does better than Beyond Two Souls. Then again, it's kind of rudimentary for a driving
Jova,
sequence.
being better than Beyond Two Souls is an incredibly easy task, so...
Wasted. Kill the
Again,
beast.
the reason I pointed out is that, again, it shows how
There you
David
go.
Cage can... Whoa, that was pretty much wasted from Grand Theft Auto.
Basically,
Okay,
basically back to the last checkpoint. That's what happens if you get caught as well.
the reason I bring up Beyond Two Souls is that this game is showing how easily David Cage could have made, his game something of a more proper game that wouldn't get laughed at the very idea of being called a game. If just did these things. And now nobody can say, oh, but that would be too hard and straining
My bad.
on the game system when an indie developer is essentially doing all this.
Well, the big difference is that Joseph actually has talent.
And
Yeah.
what's also funny? Joseph is like the opposite. See, Joseph came from a film background. David Cage wants to get into a film background, but has failed to. And let's be quite honest, if he actually tried to do his stories in movies, those would get laughed off. See, his games don't get laughed off as much as they should be because they're games. So apparently just having that much story is considered an accomplishment. I would love to see him actually try and pass off one of his stories in the actual film world. And heck, even with that, his game stories are getting more laughed at. Oh crap!
That's some GTA level of physics right there.
The thing is,
give the
David
police
Cage
this-
would never take advice from a game as good as this because it has guns and violence and swears and shit.
Because none of his games have, guns.
No,
or
they're
violence.
wholesome family fun.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Why don't I show the shower scenes to my children? Hey, son, it turns out that no matter what you do to women, they will say they love you if you just happen to get shot by Willem Dafoe. And no, I'm not kidding, folks, that actually happened.
Well, yeah, female characters in David Cage games are always very questionably written. Even North,
putting it lightly.
even North in Detroit, while being one of the better ones, she still has her moments of
Who's Nora?
One is
North.
potential love interest of Marcus, so we'll
Yeah.
get to her.
That's the thing, too. That's the thing, too. You have to go out of your way to not have her be a love interest because
I know, Pedro, don't worry. Basically, Jova, to give without spoilery, long story short, North gives you the hint that you're supposed to be more violent and ruthless, but sometimes it's the complete opposite.
Why is her name Nora?
No idea.
Well, to be fair, North is an actual name, Nolan North. I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
she just says it, but I don't specifically remember. Oh no,
Seems
shit.
Seems like a weird name to give a girl, though.
I was actually wondering when they were going to use one of those.
What? Oh, yeah, the tires.
Stop! You're under arrest!
The tire spikes, road spikes.
Spikes!
Alright, let's go.
Crap, we're right back at the bridge where we ran over originally, by the looks of it.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just another one.
No, it's just another one.
Yeah, guess so.
Oh, look, a convenient boat that just happens to be here. Let's go!
Is it a speedboat? If not, we're
And
doomed.
it has pedals in it.
Oh, it's a
How
rowboat!
fortunate.
Of course, we'll be able to so get away in this.
I'm guessing this is like a boat shack, so...
Row, row, row your boat gently down. Oh, we
If
got
you
away.
see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
Huh. Okay, so they managed to outspeed the police in a rowboat. Good on
Remember,
them.
once you get to the safe zone, they can't do anything, even though they're right there, and they have a clear.
Well, the police didn't have
range.
boats at their disposal at this moment, so I can see.
But they have a bridge that they can stand on that they can shoot from.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh well, as long as there's not any lethal waterfalls along the way, we're
Yeah, the
good.
convenient lethal waterfall.
The convenient waterfall.
Alright.
Or God
Start
forbid we
rolling.
come
Alright,
across
so
bears
this-
which like to fish around rivers.
All right, so
With
this
the convenient rock at the
Yes,
edge of it to
Pedro.
hold on to.
So for this
Yes,
boat
Pedro.
sequence, once again, the two players need to cooperate. They need to row in ways that allow them to either not be to either way. Like obviously, you're trying to keep yourself in the center of the river as much as possible, which sometimes involves both players rowing to one side, sometimes one player on each side, just for the sake of keeping the boat, you know, in a way where there you go, where it doesn't hit there. As you can see right there in the right part of the screen, you have a durability gauge. If the boat gets damaged and that meter goes all the way down, you die and you have to start over.
Watch out then.
Oh well, it depends, Vincent. Are you in South Carolina? If you are, then yeah, you might have to watch
This
out
is
for
one of those
alligators.
times. This is one of those times where I'd very much like to see where I'm going.
Yeah,
Like turn the boat around.
I love that.
That's what I'm trying to do, Shiro. The problem is that
There you go.
there you go.
I love that Vincent trying to tease Leo about their
Also,
possibility
Shiro,
of
you don't need
sharks.
to see where you're going because the water will just naturally bring you to where you're
I
supposed
know,
to
but
go.
again, waterfalls.
Waters, Leo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only that.
Okay.
See, this is where it starts.
This is
alright?
not. This is not about. This is not so much about figuring out where you're supposed to go. It's about trying your best to survive rather than actually.
Well, I mean, yeah, it also makes sense considering the river just goes in one direction technically.
Yeah.
So you only need to be careful of potential rock formation.
That's okay, Leo. You don't have to worry about sharks or crocodiles, but bears, yeah.
Grizzlies, yeah.
And yeah, if you were in like a place like South Carolina, you would have to worry about alligators.
Mm-hmm.
All right, should be smooth sailing from here, right? What have
Totally.
Why?
Oh boy, we went the left way.
All right, let's try that again. Hey, Leo, a hand here, please. No. Okay. Crap.
We're going
Picking up
backwards.
too.
That's a good thing.
This boat lasts pretty well, actually.
Not so much here. You'll notice that we already have a decent portion of the gauge. There you go. See,
Oh, there you go.
not
Oh,
really.
goody.
I
it-
spoke too soon.
You can even see it visually in the actual boat itself.
It seemed you
Oh,
bumped
snap.
quite a
Wait,
few.
hold on. Wait, we get hit in the back, yet the front is what gets damaged.
No, actually, we got hit in the
What?
front earlier as well.
It's just a meter going down is all.
I don't know. I'm supposed to talk about the boat visually,
Oh.
but it's okay.
We got
Okay,
hit. We
so-
actually got hit in the front as well. Yes.
Sharp right.
Don't worry, I actually make it. Barely, but we do make it.
Wouldn't it be
Goes
best
to
if I
show,
just
rowing
jumped
is
in
not
and
as
swam?
easy as it
Yeah,
looks.
sure. You try that. I'll just stay in the
Someone
boat.
actually did their research, and like a certain other someone we were talking
I
about
think we're
earlier.
through the worst of it. The rest is just
Right.
Right.
I think you spoke too
Salty
soon,
like
Leo.
the sea.
Look straight ahead.
It's metal, not plastic.
Now it seems like a nice new plummet downwards.
Yay!
So what have I missed?
Boat ride.
Boat ride.
Hey, it's the new Alton Towers attraction.
Basically, Dave, we're rowing down the river, and if we get hit a little bit more, our boat's gonna get destroyed. So no question.
You're the last leg, Pedro.
Don't
Hey,
worry, we're almost done.
It looks more safe than that new one they've got.
I think even Meta's getting worried.
Battle, damn it.
It basically goes, there's this new attraction at Alton Towers, probably the most local big theme park to me there is, because it's in the same county. And it's entirely made out of wood, and there's fire
Not
segments.
done yet.
Ah.
We have a roller coaster entirely made out of wood in a theme
Oh
park
shit!
around here,
Oh
but there
shit!
is no fire.
Oh shit!
Ooh, that's
Wow.
very.
Close one.
This is fun though.
It is.
Watch
Looks
out
like
for
it.
that rock. Watch out for that
Oh,
rock.
there's
If
the
it were me,
rock.
if it were me playing this, if it were me playing this, I'd intentionally just row into everything just to piss off Pedro.
And then you would have died from it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, tunnel.
But hey, Pedro's reactions would have been hilarious.
Oh well. All right, we're almost done. There we go. Made it.
Yep, there it
There we
is.
go.
With a convenient rock, like I said.
No, Vincent.
Yep, this is by the numbers. This is
Vincent! Thank you, TV
I'm
trope.
not saying that's a bad thing, it's just...
All right, almost.
Come on,
Hurry
Bo,
up,
pull
let me
down
go
a
ask
little
for
more
Tonga.
for us.
Hang in there, dude.
And then Pedro turns heel and
Oh
retracts his hand.
shit!
Oh, shoot.
Uncharted style sequence, no.
Pedro, I can't believe you turned heel on your own brother like that.
I did?
But Pedro's the one clinging on for dear life to live.
I can't remember who's...
I'm Vincent, the one on the left.
Okay, Pedro's on the left, his brother's on the right.
So his brother turned heel on him.
Men is telling him off.
Indeed.
There we go. Made it. Alright, just for that I deserve a backstory, don't I, Leo?
Let's get out of here.
All right.
But first, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine it? A guy's falling to his death, but they tell his backstory, but the backstory gets abruptly cut off when he hits the ground. Because, well, you know, he's dead.
Alright, so Leo, what exactly is your beef with Harvey?
Hold on, let's first appreciate the
What happens
view.
now?
Look.
Considering
whenever-
they cut it off, is it going to be one of those that actually conflicts with the relationship that they
No.
Going after Harvey
Look,
won't be easy.
like preaching to
I
the
know,
choir told us all,
but I'm
whenever you're
going
going on a
after him,
vengeful plot
with
for
or
murder,
without
you
you.
got to stop and
You
appreciate
wanna
the
end up dead?
scenery, see the
I
sights
want
and
him
whatnot.
gone. He's a cold-blooded killer. The world's gonna be a better place without him.
Are you sure? What if he's the only thing keeping this world together?
You never told me, Leo. What is your story with Harvey?
We got interrupted.
Before I
so-
got busted, me and Harvey made a huge score.
Bags
Oh.
Nah. You ever heard of a Black Orlov?
Are you serious? The diamond?
Yeah,
How the
that
hell
diamond
did
we
you
saw
pull
in the
that off?
flashback
A lot
earlier.
of planning and a bit of luck.
So what happened?
Everything was going our way. We even had a buyer. But that greedy fuck had other plans.
That reminds you of a flashback.
Pretty much.
Oh, hey, Bumblebee. Let me guess, it was supposed to be the score that would set him for life and get him out of the criminal game.
Possibly, but they don't say that exact. But they don't say it. But yeah, it is a possible scenario, I guess.
Either way, he drops him right in it.
Looks about right.
Yep. Well, if I know my GTA, this deal is gonna go bad real quick.
Very bad.
Oh boy.
I mean, the Vice City literally opens with a deal like this getting ruined by foreign shooters. Oh, Harvey.
Yeah.
Seriously,
I
Harvey.
get the diamond and the money.
Yeah. Harvey's such a piece of shit.
It's heavier than I thought.
It is.
It's fake, isn't it?
No, it's actually the real one, yeah.
With you guys.
Okay, then.
You too.
Well, if it was a fake one, Harvey wouldn't have no reason to... Yeah.
Give me the case. What the fuck are you doing? Give me the fucking case, Leo. Hand it over now. This is
Nothing
nothing
personal, kid.
It's just business. Give me the briefcase.
See, your big mistake was not shooting Leo when you had the chance.
Oh shit.
Oh, snap. Okay,
yeah, he
never
tried
mind.
running him over.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. He did try to kill him.
Next thing I know,
Just not in the way you...
And of course he
cops.
pinned the death onto
That's
the
rough.
car. So there
I'm
you go,
sorry.
both of them
Trust
are in jail for crimes
He's the
that
one who's
they
gonna be
technically
sorry.
did not commit.
Hang on a
It's
second.
weird
Hang
though.
on.
Leo's
Wait,
bias is
wait.
like- What?
Wait a minute.
What?
What?
Didn't the
You
cops
know where
check
Harvey
to
is right
see
now?
whose fingerprints were
I
on
know
the
one of his
murder
guys.
weapon?
That's irrelevant, Twibs.
Twibs,
Regardless of who shot that guy, Leo was already a criminal even before that happened, so he would be
Not
arrested
just that,
regardless.
Graves,
Not just that, Harvey.
He was a criminal in the
Graves, the
Harvey
70s,
took-
in the 70s, foreign technology was not as developed as it is nowadays.
That
Also,
too, yeah.
let me point out the number one
Fingerprint
thing.
scans aren't as old
going
as you'd
after him.
think they are.
Guys, just gonna point out the biggest problem. Harvey took the gun with him.
That too, yeah.
Like, I mean, fingerprints are kind of out the window there.
Okay.
But yeah. Also, Dribs, I get the feeling that he wasn't under arrest for the murder because remember, his bio
Where can we find this
mentions,
Ray
all
guy?
his other crimes, but not
Don't
that
worry,
he's
you're
in
gonna
for
be easy to
murder.
find.
Like,
But I
again,
need to make sure my
Leo
family's
was
safe
actually gonna
first.
get out sooner
Of
than
course.
Vincent, apparently.
Let's go.
Oh well.
So yeah, as Vincent said, I'm going after Harvey, with or without you. And Leo's like, okay, sure, might as well.
So with Leo, it's not so much he got pinned for a
And-
crime he didn't
cutscene.
commit. It's more so that Harvey skimped him.
In the meantime, Leo's family is shopping.
Oh, they're gonna get taken hostage, aren't they?
No.
Really? Huh.
Don't go too far, Alex.
You sure? Because that seems to be a very good setup for him to get kidnapped.
It's
Also, what is that old guy trying to... Oh.
not.
What is
crap.
it, honey? What's wrong?
Gee willikers, Mom, Dad's in the news.
He's so disappointed now in his dad.
Fugitives at large.
Oh, shit. Alex? Alex?
And then Alex just
Goes outside and gets run over by a car. even though
Alright,
his
end
mother
of
tries to
chapter.
shoot
So now one
Leo.
more conversation.
Can I ask you something personal?
press X to Alex.
Yeah, sure. How do you and your wife manage to stay together in this line of work?
We've always been together. You know, she knows me better than I know myself. I was 12 when we met at the orphanage.
Orphanage?
You could say that my parents didn't do their job.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. I barely remember them. Besides, I was fortunate enough to have Linda.
Wouldn't it be funny if it turns out Harvey actually
crazy.
had his parents killed as well?
You know, we used to run away together.
He's like, you were not so
Steal
different,
ice
you and
cream,
I.
Cigarettes.
I was there from the
It's
start.
always been us against the
You
wall.
see, for every hero, there needs to be
Still is.
one of the
No matter
exact
what.
opposite, a villain.
That's just how it is.
Sounds great.
You know, from that.
So yeah,
from
both
that-
him and Linda have been delinquent since a young age, and basically they've been
You
always
know-
doing their best to survive
you know,
regardless of
from the
methods.
angle. You know, from the angle that Beardy was in for a second there, it looked like Henry Cavill from Mission Impossible 6.
Did he now?
All right. So speaking of Leo's family, we have to. Yeah, there you
It's a
go.
woman and a boy, about this size.
You don't know
So
where
we're
they
gonna
live?
crash at his house, I
I had to
guess.
move while I was inside.
We know
see.
survivors.
Let's
Just
have
to
a
make
look
sure
around.
that Harvey didn't attack
Sure, we'll find
Leo's family.
No. Then he gets in the car
It's rough out
and then tells
here.
Vincent to get out,
got that
and he
right.
drives a
Never
car
actually set foot
through
on a
through
place
the
like
wall
this
into their
before.
dining room, and it just
Oh, yeah?
randomly walks off to the
It's the fancy
beach,
pants with
where
a
he's
college
eventually
degree and a
arrested.
banking job?
Yeah.
Not like any of
All
that
right,
else.
everybody. In the next part, we have a lovely afternoon having
telling
tea with
yourself
Leo's
Anyway,
family.
let's
Sort of.
Wow, that's not what I expected. But
Waiting for a second.
Hey, Chiwe, we just went down a freaking river. We can use a break.
Alright.
It's not trying to drown us.
All right, see you then, everybody.
see ya.
See ya.